Hey everybody, today we're in Makati, and not the normal side of Makati that we're used to going to, you know, Greenbelt and the places like that. No, we're on the, what is it? Rhino Showcase?
Yeah, something with an R and a C.
Yeah, some sort of like Spanish, Filipino word that's going on, but we're not in the usual fancy Makati area. We're out in the kind of outskirts of Makati with a very loud road and a lot of jeepneys.
This is the first time we've really gone down this road. There's another road down that way that's kind of like the border of Makati that we've gone down before, and they had like a weird, it was like Little India almost. They had like a university and such, and there's a lot of Indian food, and we went there for that. Nepali food, actually.
Pretty tasty.
Pretty tasty, a very interesting area.
Whoa!
But this area actually seems like it's kind of being built up now, the whole strip along this.
They're not building any new sidewalks though, so this video is gonna be wink.
Don't worry, they painted this one black and white, black and yellow.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Oh.
You know what it is.
This tree takes up the entire sidewalk.
Come on!
And then they just have the wires go right through the middle of it.
Walking as a pedestrian in the Philippines is probably the worst in the world. Maybe not as bad as India, but this is like the #2 like business district area, I'd say, for walkability in the Philippines, or like the #2 nicest business district area, and it's still pretty crazy how many things are in the dang sidewalks.
And it's kind of crazy because a lot of people actually walk in the Philippines. They'll walk to work, walk to these other places, and specifically, I can't imagine what it would be like if you had a wheelchair here. The accessibility is terrible.
If you have a wheelchair, you just never leave your condo.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we know it gets a lot better walking-wise when you get down into the Greenbelt area. They have the skywalks and stuff over the roads. That's super nice. But this area, you know, once you leave the downtown Makati area, it gets a little rougher.
Still part of Makati here, so
Yeah?
that's our thoughts on Makati still.
But why are we in this area? We are in this area because we're going to check out a certain condo complex. It's the Rise by Shang, which seems to be, hold on, copyright. The Rise by Shang, which Shang is supposed to be one of the nicest condo developers in the country. Shang from Shangri-La.
They got some good hotels.
They do.
We stayed in one in Malaysia.
We did. But
Oh no, that was Mandarin Oriental.
oh yeah, basically we saw the Shangri-La
Yeah.
from. We never stayed at Shangri-La. We're not rich like that, guys. But this is kind of like their more mid-tier option, more affordable budget option. So we're gonna check that out and see how it is.
When you Google like good condos in Makati, this one seems pretty well regarded. At least a lot of people seem to be staying there, and it's what pops up on Google a lot of times.
We're gonna check that out. And also right next to that is Air Residences from SMDC, which technically is considered one of their premier condos, but the reviews on it are horrible. Cockroach infestation. Seems like that is just a theme throughout all of SMDC. And it seems to be more expensive than Grass Residences, more around the 25K range from what we've seen on Facebook. And it's also like 59 floors tall or something.
That's crazy. The two buildings over there are like some of the tallest in the Philippines. I think they're like top 10, and they're just huge condo buildings.
It's kind of scary to think of living in a 59-story tall building after the Hong Kong fires that just happened and everybody got trapped in there. Scary.
Hopefully they don't use some bamboo scaffolding or whatever.
At least they're like arresting the people that made it because they said they used cheap flammable material. That's the accusation. So at least they're doing something about it. They didn't just get away with it. Unless they go to court and they get away with it. That's possible. They're rich, I'm sure. But yeah, we have about a 30-minute walk. We tried to get a Grab and no good, no bueno.
It's about like 5 o'clock on a Saturday in outskirts of Makati. Not seems like it's possible. We eventually got one, but it was 12 minutes away for a 10-minute ride. And then the driver was like, "Are you willing to wait?" And then we're like, nah, we'll just walk."
It's about a 30-minute walk, so it really only saved us 10 minutes, and then we had to pay 200 pesos, which is quite a bit for a 10-minute ride.
Yeah. That would have been actually some traffic right here, too.
Yeah, it might have been longer than it said. It's getting a lot more walkable right here. This sidewalk really opened up.
Oh, no. Or maybe it's a good thing. God sees us.
Oh my gosh. Is that to motivate the basketball players to play extra good?
Yeah.
God is watching.
Right there's a quote. It says, "God sees you," while you're playing basketball. Oh, they got a Walter Mart here.
Whoa, it's a big one.
They got some Jollibee Chowking, Starbucks,
Oh, we've never seen a Walter Mart that's like a mall like that. That's interesting. And they got a nice Panda Express right on the entrance. What do you guys think of Panda Express? Sometimes I go there and I'm like, ooh, this is good. And then sometimes I go there and I'm like, why did I pay 400 pesos for this tiny amount of food?
It's like decently expensive, but it's a solid option.
Sometimes they scoop it for you and they like do like a 3/4 full scoop. And then you kind of expect them to like get a little more to fill it up, and then they don't. And you're like, okay.
That sucks.
We're almost to the Rise/Air area. I'm not digging this Chino Roces Street area.
No, I mean, decent amount. It's not the cleanest sidewalk, and then decent amount of people asking us for money, and yeah, that's not really it.
It's like a bigger, busier version of anywhere you'd see in Quezon City, kind of. Like a little more wide streets instead of the really tight streets.
Some nice buildings, though.
Yeah, you still got this going on here, but it's interesting. So this area is kind of next to it. It's like 2 blocks down from that area, but when you go the other direction, pretty much in a block, you start to get the walkways and such. So that is a little nicer. The condos in the Rise specifically are about 25,000 for 28 square meters, which is a lot smaller than what we are looking at for size in Ortigas, for about 3,000 less. You don't expect the street food stalls like this to come out in Makati.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I didn't actually expect that at all.
You got the Greenbelt area, the Salcido, the Legazpi area, and then once you leave that, it really turns back into Philippines. I mean, isn't that?
People keep saying I got bad posture, that's why. Yeah, this area is not as nice as I expected it to be.
Yeah, you think Makati, you think Greenbelt, Salcido, Legazpi. This, not quite the same.
Hey, look at it, it's pretty dirty.
Yeah, it is. It's really dirty. We want to cross up, I think. And then we can get into there.
This is a nice overpass.
It is a nice overpass. So
Covered.
I wonder, is that area just a lot older than the inside here, or is it like purposely the poorer area?
It seems like it's older, possibly.
They got a dang escalator.
That's actually really nice. This is one of the best overpasses.
Modern overpass in the Philippines.
Wow. You got plants, completely covered.
Christmas out in the street.
These are lights.
I think they're supposed to be lights.
Maybe they don't turn on yet.
Nice overpass. It starts to get a lot nicer this direction.
Yeah, definitely seems like it. That's like the turning point.
Quezon City's like really busy, but Makati is really busy,
Yeah,
especially at this
crazy.
time.
It's crazy. Every part of it gets busy.
I bet so many people work here, and we're gonna have quite the time going back to Quezon City, but I can't imagine the people that get on the packed MRT, go all the way down to SM North, then wait in line to get on a bus just to go up to like Nova Liche's area. That'll be horrible.
I've seen some stuff, and it seems like some people spend like 3 hours commuting.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not like long commutes in the US are like an hour or 2 hours, but you just drive the whole time down a highway. These ones are like stressful waiting in line, hoping you get onto the next bus, cramming in.
Oh,
That sounds like it would be so stressful, and I empathize for those people, or whatever the word, sympathize. I don't know, one of those words.
so this is the Rise right here. This is the under mall of the Rise.
Looks really nice.
It does. Chang Residences here, so we're talking nice of the nice. And I believe this is the Assembly Grounds Mall over here under the Rise, and then that's the Air Mall under Air.
It's a really nice looking area for just like a duo condo. You could get a lot done that you need right there.
It's pretty nice.
Can we just jaywalk it?
Yeah, let's jaywalk it. I actually came to the Rise a few weeks ago to check out some condos. The lobby is really nice, like a 5-star hotel lobby, and then like the amenities, the gym is fantastic. Like the best gym I've ever seen in the Philippines. And then the pool was nice, the amenities were really nice. There's a whole like co-ed workspace where everyone could just go down and get free Wi-Fi and stuff. But surprisingly, the rooms were kind of duker.
Very interesting for them to be such like high scale. And then from the pictures we saw like the hallway, and it literally looked like the locker room at our local community center back in the US for the swimming. And we were like, that can't be real, right? That's probably like one of their side areas for like the children or whatever. No,
That was it.
it's a pretty ugly looking hallway.
And then near the elevators was like so dark. It was like nighttime dark with like some little flashlights coming down from the ceiling. It was really odd. And then walking into the room, I was expecting it to be pretty nice. The pictures made it look pretty nice, but you instantly get hit with a must, like staying in like a $20 a night hotel in Malaysia or something, which they just kind of have a must. They don't have cockroaches, but they have a must. And then I'm just like, oh, really? That's how this is gonna smell? And then the room is just kind of looks old, even though the building's only 6 years old.
So interesting. We were really had high hopes for the Rise. We were kind of like have it be a big video for us to like visit that place, see what it's about, but not really meeting the expectations. The amenities apparently are just like the best that you can ever get in the Philippines, which is cool, but 90% of the time you're spending it in the unit, not at the amenities.
Yeah, so kind of sucks. And it seems like if you wanted to get a nicer room, like these were like the lowest price rooms, like the 25 to 30K range. If you want to get a nicer one or a bigger one, they like shoot up really fast to like 35, 40. And I'm sure they still smell a little musty.
So I'm sure a lot of the things we complain about a lot of these places would improve with higher price ranges, but we're setting our budget. We got our budget.
I mean, we spend a lot of time in our units, but do we really want to spend that much for an extra room that we're never going to use?
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot more space than grass is super nice, but
That's the big issue we've been running into recently is like the space and how busy grass is. Those are the two things we kind of want to avoid.
I get so pissed when I'm like trying to do something in grass, and then I'll like turn and I'll just smash my elbow into like a shelf or a thing behind me, and I'm like, oh, this place is so small.
When I'm like cooking and then there's like, I'm just like trying to set something down because the whole counter's full of things already, even though there's like not many things, and then you just like set it down and then something falls on the ground.
And you're just like, oh. Or you're trying to squeeze your cutting board into the thing somewhere and you're cutting it, but as you're cutting the vegetables, some of them are falling off onto the floor. That's the new thumbnail right there.
We've had a trend of using that for our thumbnail.
But air is a bit cheaper, but cockroach heaven apparently, according to Google. Apparently this has a cockroach problem as well, the Rise, but when I was there I didn't see any.
There was a recent unit we toured in the Ortigas area where we went into the garbage rooms and didn't see a single cockroach, didn't see any bugs of any sort.
Whew. It was fantastic. I mean, that's one of the problems of grass is you walk out and they're just running around in the hallways and the elevators, and we're just like, oh. Sometimes in our office we've been walking in and then there's just these like big ones. Like, how do these big ones get in there?
There's no food in there. There's like literally nothing for them.
So we can walk around the malls a little bit. I have a feeling since it's a residential mall that they might be a little stricter on the camera.
I could use some sort of drink. I'm mad thirsty
Yeah,
now.
me too. There's a 7-Eleven right there. That's convenient.
Let's go.
Peach, I like this peach C2. It's delicious.
I just got this because I'm probably missing the electrolytes. Am I right?
Ooh, does this have any electrolytes? I don't know how to tell.
Contains natural antioxidants.
That's good. We just took a stroll through the Air Mall and the Assembly Grounds, and we just kind of casually walked through the lobby of the Rise.
It's a super duper nice lobby. It's so nice. I mean, it's literally 5-star hotel vibes.
We could have probably just walked up the steps, but technically we're not allowed to be in there. We don't have an access card, so that could have went bad for us, but we definitely could have. So security may be a problem.
One of the reviews we saw that talked about how there's only CCTV every 3 floors, which is interesting, and that like some things would happen, but they didn't have CCTV on that floor, so they couldn't find who did something.
That's weird.
Very odd.
Both the malls really nice, had some very interesting options. They connect on this like second level walkway, which looks really nice.
It's nice they have like everything you'd need for living, like dentist right over there. They have like True Value for like home goods, and like, you know, if something goes wrong, you can fix some stuff. They got some coffee shops, some
Coco,
haircut places.
They got everything you need right here. It's just the rooms were kind of subpar, and the location is like all right for Makati, I feel like.
So will we live here? Maybe, probably not.
Where is it ranking on our list?
We haven't done like enough like actual condo tours in the other places.
No.
So technically it's one of the worst of the condo tours we've done, but this area is still better than like, it'd probably be better than the Green Hills
Yep.
and the
MOA. And compared to Ortiga's, still less busy of an area. Seems like the condos there might be slightly nicer. And I don't know. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. It seems like right now the Ortiga's Greenfield is kind of like up there at the top, and some people suggested that.
Fitted? That's another episode of TriFate Condo Hunters. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.
Come on.
Bye.